Afternoon, officer.
Doing well. There's just up today's speed. I had you at 46 and a 35. Do you guys have your driver's license, registration, proof, insurance? I gotta ask about the car. Is this a standard Corolla that you checked out, or is this come like this?
This is a GR Corolla Circuit Edition, sir.
Okay. And there's that back for you. I got a warning today. It's gonna be for speed. So is this a 3-cylinder then?
Hey everybody, it's Doc. Welcome to the channel. So today, we're going to be doing something kind of fun. We're driving up to Des Moines to the airport to pick up my brother, who's flying in to buy a car for me. I think you'll really like him. He's a hot hatch nerd. He's super knowledgeable about cars. Honestly, he's probably forgotten more about cars than I'll ever know. And what I'm going to do, and I haven't told him this, so this is a surprise, I'm going to get his impression of the outside of the Corolla first, and then I'm going to stick him behind the wheel, and we're going to see what his opinion is of the car in general while we drive home. In addition, you put the two of us together and we drop IQ points, and sometimes the conversation can become entertaining. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun.
This is a badass looking motherfucking machine. I like this.
Now, you're supposed to read the sign and stop, ask, match, and inform. What's your name, Mark?
Are you Andy? And this is, I booked a badass hot rod.
There you go. So you know how you've always wanted to do a YouTube video with me?
Is that the camera right there?
We're doing it. Yeah.
All right.
You know, you've always wanted to just shoot the bull about cars. We're going to shoot the bull about this car.
Well, do you think you can do a 4-wheel burnout right here from the parking spot?
I don't think this car can do a burnout. It's
not. Well, that's the problem with traction control.
Right. Well, that's the problem with all-wheel drive too.
Well, see, that's nice. When I saw the WRX, I'm going to have where senior driven and never. So seriously, senior driven, never dragged, tracked, or launched.
I see that a lot, actually.
Really?
Well, not senior driven, but senior spec is a new term. Yeah, that's where old guys buy really nice cars and then don't do anything with them. So they check every box, and then they never put any miles on them, and it's the car you want to buy. You always want to buy a senior spec car. So yeah, the title of this video is going to be WRX owners talk smack about the GR Corolla. And you know, we talk about senior spec cars and seniors owning cars like this. Really, the only reason that I was able to get bumped up in the allotment was because the guy before me couldn't afford the insurance. He could afford everything else, but he couldn't afford the massive insurance on it. And he's 48 years old.
Well, back to senior-owned WRXs, then, because that was the famous conversation when I was seeing a patient, and he had his 16-year-old son with me, and we're talking cars, and the son all of a sudden blurts out, he says, "But you're too old on a car like that."
Turn right onto Bell
Avenue. You have to be old to own a car like these because, you know, like I said, you can't afford the insurance. If you're
well, and also, you just can't drive it like a dumbass all the time.
For 2 miles.
You've got to go ahead and show some reasonable responsibility from time to time. You can't just be burning out from every single intersection like you would when you're 16.
Well, you know, I found that with this car, you know, I've been commuting with this car. It's actually a nice grand touring car, and something you'll get to experience today because you're going to drive it home is it's got self-driving capabilities. So you get to drive the devil today.
Yeah, you know,
actually, you'll like it because
I consider it a negative in the car. But.
Well, I know you do. Actually, you'll like it because it's heavily flawed by what most people would think self-driving would be. Because you can put a lot of input into it and it doesn't kick you out. So it's more like an assistant than it is a master.
So that way you can't just fall asleep and drive off the road or something like that.
It supposedly will stop the car if you know, because you know, after about 20 seconds of not paying attention to it, it'll start chirping at you, and then supposedly it will just stop. It'll bring the car safely to a stop.
Oh, that looks cool.
This is the place.
Oh wow, that's not just some grocery store.
Your destination is on the right.
All right, let's start with the front end. As far as what are your perceptions of this thing? And you can say anything you want.
It looks undecided. I mean, it's got like some scoops here and cheesy grin down there.
Now this coming from the guy who has probably the ugliest WRX ever made.
No, it's the best looking ever. Well, actually not.
It's hideous.
The best looking ones are the early single headlight ones.
The bug eyes.
The bug eye ones, as far as it has to be blue.
Yep.
Otherwise,
you see those are ugly or best looking?
I think those are the best looking ones.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And
You're a hatch guy, and I'm a sedan guy. That's the problem.
Well, see, you never took my advice when I said, you know, because I was getting out of my 2000, or I was buying my 2014 hatch, and I'm like, dude, you have to get a 14, so you're gonna stop making the hatches, and then you went and bought that ugly monster that you did.
See, you can tell that. What's the problem with gray? It's not like that red Corvette over there at the stoplight. That C7.
Oh. Well, they do this car in red, black, and white as well. But this is the color that everybody wants.
It's more of a dark silver than it is gray, if you ask me.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Now, okay, so maybe it looks undecided in the front, but it has a nice rally stance to it.
It does.
It looks like we're gonna take a corner now. we're not gonna run into a tree.
You know, the one thing I wish is that I wish you could order these cars, you know, because it's got rally heritage to it. Well, not really. It's because I don't think they've ever made a rally Corolla yet. But I wish they would make them with a rally option where you get with a lift kit and gravel tires and the whole deal.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know, that would be my wish.
I'm not too crazy about it. I mean, I'm sure that's functional.
Actually, it is.
That's kind of like gee-gaw, kind of like, hey, it's there, you know.
Yep.
And here's when you know you bought a cheap car, okay? Like,
okay,
not even a center cap?
Those are my wheels.
Okay.
I put those on. And
I don't know, they're not gonna. They have the fanciest brake caliper in the world, but they couldn't pony up for a hubcap.
Thank you for pointing that out. That I haven't gotten caps yet.
I thought, man, this is. I do like those wheels. What sort of wheels were those? Were those Enkeys?
No, those are Volks.
Okay.
Yep. So, what do you know about this car? To be honest.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. So it's a 3-cylinder, 1600 cc's, 300 horsepower. All-wheel drive. So 100 horsepower per cylinder.
So that means this car is just like one of those old two-stroke Saab 96s, you know, the 3-cylinder ones. But those are only like 750 cc's. I think they probably made like 40
yes.
But those were rally cars though too.
True. See?
Yeah.
See, and they were successful as well, weren't they?
How many 3-cylinder cars there being marketed in the United States?
I have no idea.
Like, this is the only
one.
You
know, I mean, I think that went out with Suzuki. You know?
Yeah. Well, and also remember, Dad had that 5-cylinder Audi.
Dad had an Audi?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? That's another story for you.
Oh yeah, let's stick with the car. So essentially with the Circuit Edition, which is, you know, this there's only 1,500 of these in the country, and with the Circuit Edition, if you look at the top is forged carbon fiber.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what sort of material that was.
Yeah.
Oh, because see, I was thinking, well, golly, how could the rest of the car be so clean and that's dirty?
And that's kind of my beef with it too. Is it?
I was gonna try. I realized, well, that's not dirt. That's just the pattern of the carbon fiber.
It has a water stained appearance, I think. So.
Well, that probably saved the whole 3 pounds.
Actually, I want to say it saved 20 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Well, the whole car is 28 pounds lighter than the regular car, something like that.
Yeah, but then they lost that advantage by adding that spoiler in the back. I'm not a big spoiler fan.
Well, you know, I like the spoiler. I wish they would have matched the spoiler with the top, either a gloss top with a gloss spoiler,
or if they matched it with the body, I would like it.
Or a forged carbon fiber spoiler. So now, if you come around to the back, Mark.
I have a question though.
Okay.
It's right here. Is that GR4 or is that GR4?
Yes. And that's for GR 4-wheel drive. So come take a look at the back though. You'll like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the exhaust.
Oh wow! Every cylinder gets his own exhaust pipe. That's being pretty equitable.
What's that?
That's being pretty equitable.
Yes.
Nobody has to share an exhaust pipe.
That's right.
I always thought there was a tuning advantage with the pipes run together.
I think that, if, you know, like I said, it looks beautiful. I don't think that specifically each cylinder gets their own exhaust.
Now,
I think there's a combination
let's
in there
come back.
somewhere.
I want to point out something though. You've come full circle. So this is a Toyota.
Right.
Okay? In 1970, Dad bought our first that Toyota Corolla.
Oh, true.
Remember, it was white with a blue interior. It was a 2-door Corona.
Right.
And it's from Anderson Weber.
It is true.
I'm positive he got the Corona before he got the Land Cruisers. I think that was the first Toyota.
That is absolutely true. And you know why he got rid of them? So you saw one getting in an accident.
Oh yeah.
That's why he got into Mercedes diesels after that. But
the Anderson Weber, I all of a sudden brought back that memory of that Corona. Of course, that was the car. That was our first experience with Japanese cars, where, you know, within 2 years, the fender wells were starting to get like rust and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, the Land Cruisers were awful.
Well, the Mazdas that I had of the same era were even worse. Those things, I bought a '73 RX2 in '78, and within 3 months, I had to park it because the front frame rails cracked. That's 5 years later the frames were rusted.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And that's why you get carbon fiber, because that won't rust.
That's their answer to it.
Yes. Yeah, they fixed it. So they finally fixed that problem 50 years later.
All right, let's go for a drive.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
You're behind the wheel.
Oh, I am. Okay.
All right. Initial impressions on the interior.
I like it. I like black. It's like my WRX, where it's got the red threads. It's amazing how my car is a 2015. That it's. I mean, I know it's analog, but it's kind of got the old style in terms of speedometer and
yeah.
Well,
that's the way it's set up. That's the way it's set up.
But here, this is very, very modern, very techy between as far as the screen there and the dash.
Does your car have a backup camera in 2015?
It does, yeah.
It does. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But nothing like. I mean, here, this is like it's like a backup. This is a backup, as far as movie theater right there.
Technically, yes. All right. So, and you're one of the few people that still knows how to drive a clutch.
Yeah.
These are only available in a manual.
Really?
Yes. The GR Corollas are only available in a manual.
And this will be my first time driving a 3-cylinder car. No, I take that back, because I did lose I lost a cylinder as far as driving the race car a couple weeks ago. that was supposed to be 4 cylinders.
Technically, that counts, I guess.
Okay.
And the other thing that you should know about this car, as far as when they made it, and this is one of my favorite parts, is so they took. It's not built on the regular Corolla line. It's actually built in the GR factory, kind of like Porsche does the special wishes. And so what they do is they take a regular Corolla body and they add 40% more welds and like 300 more linear feet of the bonding glue.
Okay.
So there's not a rattle or a squeak in this thing. It's very, very solid. I wish it was actually an option you could order on new cars.
Yeah,
because I would pay for it.
My WRX has the infamous rear headliner shake.
Oh, okay. my WRX had a dash rattle somewhere. Yep. All right, let's go.
All right. Now I am superstitious about driving other people's cars.
That's all right. It's insured.
But the flip side is down and back. I said. Or up and
over and.
That's reverse.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out in a second here.
Yeah.
There it is. But although I'm superstitious, we're going to go out that way?
Yes.
About driving other people's cars, that this is kind of like where you're walking along and all of a sudden some lady says, "Hey, sailor, looking for a good time?" All right. That took me a second. I always have to get used to whatever new clutch you're driving, the engagement point.
Turn left onto.
I kind of blew that also. Manual transmission.
So does your WRX? I actually recall mine had this where it has like hill stay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Which takes away one of the fun things about driving a stick shift car, but I guess for some people it's a big deal.
I like the option, but I haven't forgotten how to.
No, I haven't either.
How to clutch for a hill. So
you can tell this is stiff. I mean, I'm a race car guy, and you can tell a stiff chassis, and it's a good solid feel.
A little bit of this is I put run flat tires on it, so it rides a bit on the firmer side because of the run flats, because they just don't have so much give. So I owned a 2008 Subaru STI, and I owned a 2014 WRX. And this car, honestly, is somewhere in the middle. The one thing I hated about my STI was the fact the first gear was way too low. Essentially, it got you moving, and that was about it. Whereas, in contrast, the thing I loved about the WRX was first gear was relatively high, so it was great. It was great for 0 to 60 times. It was actually faster in the quarter mile than the STI was.
Really?
Yes. Even though it had 30 less horsepower, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like my first gear is relatively low. I mean, I can use it for kind of idling around, but really, if I want to get on hard in the WRX, I'm trying to get in second gear as quick as I can.
Well, and I make fun about how ugly your car is because, well, it is. But I'm very impressed by, you're probably one of the few WRX owners that really cares about gas mileage.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto US 69.
Let's see what's like. That's got
Continue on US 69 south for 4 miles.
It's not unusual, probably for the first dozen times you shift this car, I hit the rev limiter all the time because it's such a fast revving engine.
So the rev limiter is something I have to get used to in the WRX. Yeah, it's just not. Like, hey, like it's missing. Oh yeah, that's because I'm at red line. Well, it does kick in about 300 RPM before you hit red line.
Right.
No, I didn't mean where it had a rough ride. I meant more where as far as just everything feels solid, which, again, driving a race car, I don't mind feeling every bit of the road. This would be fun on a track, I can tell you that already.
Yeah. Well,
this would be really fun on a track.
That's probably the main orientation of this car. So I'm probably committing crimes against the car gods by commuting in it, and solely commuting in it.
I mean, I bet in stock trim, shit.
That was close.
That was, all of a sudden they came out and told us it was one of those cars.
Yeah.
I bet this would run 10 seconds a lap faster than my car. It's street tires. I like everything's nice and solid, nice and firm. So, as far as nice solid shifter, brakes where there's like, just like in my race car, almost no travel before they start to engage. So there's not a lot of play. It's good to kind of wait for it to kick in, and very progressive. Yeah, I like the feel of it. It like I say, it has that sort of solid feel that the WRX is, but it's not as noisy as my car. Monica doesn't like how much noise level there is, even at low speeds in the WRX. For this thing here, it's not.
It's relatively quiet.
Yes, it's relatively not annoying at all. So, you've been asking me how I like driving it. What's it like having someone else drive your baby? Terrifying?
The older I get, the easier it is. Right? Kind of, I kind of enjoy seeing how other people like driving my cars, and that, you know, that came with the Tesla, because the Tesla was so fun to put other people in the driver's seat and let them drive something just that weird and different with the 1 foot driving. So yeah, not so concerned about it.
Well, plus
And it's
that-
you. I'm not, you know, I know you know how to handle a car and a clutch, so I'm not that concerned.
Well, I remember Dad just. So it does not feel like we're going 60 miles an hour. I was like,
No.
I thought yeah, this speed was probably 45 or something. Like, oh yeah, we're going.
This car is very easy to speed up. Yeah.
Yeah, no question about that.
So you're kind of in the sweet spot in this car. So you're in fourth gear, but it's just kind of
So I got
roll. Bring it back to third. Actually, bring it back to third, and then roll into it. Another amazing motor.
No, just have red lights. I've stopped for you.
Yeah.
So we just roll into it, not just smash it, huh?
You can smash into it if you want. Just don't smash into that van.
No.
So you were saying that you've had second thoughts about this car.
Yeah, I
Attractiveness
just
of it.
if it had more of a contrasting color with the roof and the trim, something like a bright red.
Well, there is a bright red available with this car, and for 2024, the special color for the Circuit Edition, because they chose to extend it another year, is going to be a bright blue, but it's not WRX blue. It's kind of more. There's like a robinate sort of blue rally color, which it looks good, I think.
Is 4-lane or 2-lane?
It'll be 4-lane for next mile or so.
Okay. Oh, I'm
And you
getting
can stay in either lane.
Actually, I said I'd be pulled over.
Really?
Yes.
What did you do? Oh, that's hilarious.
Hello.
Afternoon, officer.
Doing well. There's just update speed. I had you at 46 and a 35. Do you guys have your driver's license,
I do.
registration, proof of insurance? I gotta ask about the car. Is this a standard Corolla that you checked out, or does this come like this?
This is a GR Corolla Circuit Edition, sir.
Okay. I like it. It's a stick too, 6-speed?
Yep, only available as a stick.
Okay. Let's see what we got here for. Did you just buy the car then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first time for me driving actually.
Oh, don't kill it.
See, I told you I jinxed myself.
you did.
I was just telling him. So I'm turning 65. So 50 years ago I got my license. This is the first time I've been pulled over.
Ever. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. Just hang tight, please.
Is it really the first time you've ever been pulled over?
It is. Seriously, it's the first time I've ever been pulled over.
Oh, you're funny. Leaving a car meet. Oh, here we go.
There's that back for you. I got a warning today. It's gonna be for speed. So is this a 3-cylinder then?
It is. You want a tour?
Nah, I'm alright.
Okay.
I think it's more than my truck. I don't need it. I will do, since you're right here by the X again, it is a warning. I'll give you your copy of exactly what you're signing.
Okay. Thank you, officer.
Yep. Any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Alrighty. Drive safe, guys.
Just be safe.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Lucky bastard.
Well,
Your
could have been much worse. You know, they've been driving the WRX.
your record still stands as no tickets.
Well, I guess that's true.
Have you ever gotten warnings?
No.
Wow.
No, I take. Well, I mean, I guess it all depends what you define as being a moving violation.
Great touring car, this is.
Yeah, very comfortable. You could drive to California and get out, and it'd be perfect.
Well, and like I said, I like the combination of, you know, like I said, the cabin is perfect, the cockpit is very driver oriented, the ride is firm, but you still have a sense of comfort. So, like I said, it's a perfect recipe for a great touring car. And I think at this point, this is where we'll end the show. I have to thank you for getting us some great YouTube footage of the police officer. And it's really nice that you got off with a warning for the first time getting pulled over in 65 years or whatever. So, you guys, you have a great day. We'll see you out there.